Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to Ongaku to You, the podcast where three friends come together and break down what's new in the Japanese music industry. This is the podcast for the week of October 27th, very soon Halloween. I'm your host Ken, and with me we have Luna.
Hello, everyone. My favorite time of the year. I love Halloween.
Oh baby. I don't like scary things. I'm a big weenie when it comes to that, so
And I'm the opposite. I love everything scary. This has been my favorite month, so.
What's funny is I hate horror movies with a passion because I'm just a big weenie about these things. But I love the series Halloween, and I needed to ask, what did you think of the new movie? Don't give me any spoilers because I need to watch it in a brightly lit room and everything.
I loved it. So I saw it at the drive-in. We have like two drive-ins, not close to me, like an hour away. I drove to see it, but I loved it. I thought it was very well done, and I would watch it again. I thought it was great, especially if you love the original. It's fantastic, and I feel like it's better than all the crappy sequels that have come to. So, and that's all I'll say about it because I don't want to ruin anything.
Yes,
But I
yes.
definitely recommend watching it. I think you'll really enjoy it. And you'll also really enjoy it if you've seen all the sequels, because you might, even though it's ignoring everything, from, I would probably even say two and on, it's ignoring all that.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But you might catch some interesting things that might remind you of the sequels, so just keep a lookout.
So I have a question. Do they talk about the
Yes.
Silver Shamrock Mass Corporation from 3?
Oh, you actually see something in there, so keep your eye out for the kids in costumes.
Oh, really? If they play. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Okay, I'm kind of really excited. I really love Halloween. That's like my favorite horror series. I hate horror movies with a passion. Six can go shove it, by the way.
Oh, I know.
I
I
hate
rewatched
the
it
Curse of Michael
again.
Myers so bad. I love Paul Rudd, but I hated that movie.
Which version did you watch? The producer's cut or the theatrical?
Theatrical. I only have the theatrical, unfortunately.
The producer's cut is actually a little better. It actually is a different ending.
Oh, really?
Yes, they change a lot of stuff in it. So, in my opinion, I think the producer's cut is better. But I mean, everyone has their opinions on it. But I still don't like 6. It's probably one of the worst ones. Although 4 has the worst mask.
Oh, yeah. No, 4 and I think Resurrection had the worst mask.
Also, H2O's mask was crappy too.
Yeah. I don't know how many times they changed the masks in the series, but
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Resurrection for one reason. It's because it
I,
has
I think
my favorite line in the entire series.
I already know what it. I bet I know what it is because it's probably my favorite too. Is it Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, it's the trick or treat one.
I knew it.
Oh man, I love that one.
That's like the best part of that whole movie.
I mean, that movie is just so throwaway because it undoes like entire journey throughout H2O, and in like
Yep.
10 minutes. But
I know. Believe me. I mean, H2O builds up that character so well, and then you get into Resurrection, and you're pissed as hell.
yeah,
So I do like H2O though for nostalgia reasons. Got to see it in theaters as a kid because I asked my dad, "Hey, can we go see this?" "Oh yeah, sure. Just don't tell your mom." So I got to see a lot of horror movies when I was a kid. All I did was ask my dad. Maybe that's why I'm immune. I've been watching them since I was like a year old, so nothing really bothers me. But I love the Halloween movies, and I recently rewatched 4, 5, and 6 for another podcast I do occasionally. And man, I forgot how much 6 pissed me off.
yeah. Four is my favorite, and honestly, 4 and 1 are my favorites.
4 is a lot of fun. A lot of people give it shit, but I do love Danielle Harris. 5 made me mad because I was not a fan of Tina, and and the characters in 4, they build up some of those characters so well, and then you get to 5 and they're
Oh yeah,
unclimactic deaths,
I
and
was
you're like, really?
I was so mad about the sister.
Yeah, they build her up and then they just cut like that, and you're like, she she survived 4. She can't die that easily.
Yeah, so
So yeah, but I will say I think you'll really enjoy the new Halloween movie. I really really liked it. My only gripe was I wish if Danielle Harris was in it,
yeah.
but I understand why she wasn't because they wanted to distance themselves from the other sequels.
There's one thing that I kind of want to know. Do they have the clown mask from 4?
Uh,
Like that's like one of like the 2 or 3 things that I'm gonna specifically look for if they're gonna hint
mm,
at, because I heard that they were hinting at the other movies in some way. So I was like, oh,
yes.
so I'll go
They
try
do
look.
hint at other movies. I don't, that's one I don't remember. I remember the hint at 3. There's a hint at H2O.
Okay.
Um, there are a lot of hints throughout the other movies, which is what I really like because it did a good job of paying homage to the sequels with ignoring at the same time ignoring them completely.
Yeah.
I will say that, and that's one of the reasons I think I enjoyed it, especially if you're a big fan of Halloween. You really catch a lot of the little things, and
Yeah.
that's one. You know what? Now I want to rewatch it again because I didn't think of that.
Because
And
I figured the big thing of 4 was Jamie's clown mask, right?
because that
Because
was
of the
definitely
ending.
paying
Yeah.
homage to 1 when Michael was wearing that and killed his
Yeah.
sister, pretty
So.
much. So yeah. I mean, but I think I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you're a big fan of the movies.
So yeah, but yeah, this isn't a horror podcast. This is a music podcast. But
Sorry, guys. I got distracted. I love horror movies. That's my other favorite thing. So,
no, I kind of started that mostly because I really wanted to hear your take for Halloween. Because I haven't got the courage to go see it on the usual time that I go see movies, which is at night. So probably right after this, I'll go watch it and then maybe go do Potosaurus, which is the other podcast I do. But yeah, besides that, how have you been? What have you been listening to, Luna?
I've been good. Been another crazy busy week. So, I've been listening to a lot of random stuff again. So, I was listening to a Juju album in the car last night, her Open Your Heart album, which is really, really good. I love Juju, and I've been trying to get all her older albums. And I picked this one up not too long ago. It's more of a mini album. It's really, really good. She does some English covers on there, and she also has Japanese covers on there. But they're fantastic, and that wonderful jazz with her beautiful voice. Really, really good album. I've also been listening to, so this is a throwback. Hopefully, you know this one, Ken. Yamamoto Sayaka
Mm,
of Dream.
yes.
Of Dream. And I love her, and she is one of my favorite members of Dream. I mean, I loved them all, but she released solo stuff back in the day. I want to say 0506.
Yeah.
And I picked up 2 of her solo mini albums. One was Senko Hanabi, which is really, really good because you can hear her, like the instruments used in that album, like the koto. It is gorgeous. And I mean, I don't know how many people listen to her. I don't think she does anything anymore, but I love it. It is a beautiful mini album. And the other one I picked up was Tsukushi no Kotozute, which is another mini album she released. It's also very, very good. And the songs are absolutely beautiful on there. So I was listening to those this week. So some throwback. And also Ayuchi Irina.
Ooh.
And yeah, I haven't listened to her in a while. So I started picking up all her stuff again, and I had a couple of her albums. So I was listening to Playgirl, and I was listening to Power of Words, and I was listening to Be Happy. So I was pretty much going through some of her discography again. Yeah, a lot of throwback. Kind of list. I've been going back to my 2000s J-pop, my early 2000s, and also some Ayumi Hamasaki again. I have her A collection or A best single collection, which is like a 3-disc set. I started from disc 1 and on, and I'm just like, oh my god, I love her. I love all these songs. She's so amazing. Now I want to go through her whole discography again. Yep, a lot of older stuff, but some goodies. So, what have you been listening to, Ken?
I've been listening to a couple random things. I've been picking up the whole indie corner stuff again, mostly because of our articles that we were doing. And for future articles, I got some bands already lined up and artists already lined up that I want to do. And then I came across some groups that just went major that unfortunately we can't really talk about on Indie Corner just because of the vein of what it is. But there are some groups. There's a group called Hand Sign, which is a all male, I guess, boy group. They're really good. Suffice that you guys look them up. It's called Hand Sign, and the song that they did was really, really good. It was like a movie. They had a movie music video integrated with the song, and I loved it. Every minute of that song was so good. Besides that, just a couple other things. I did get Uchida Maya's new single. We'll talk more about that later in a bit. Also, my CD for R came in from Rosalia, which is their latest single, because my friend from Japan actually came back, and I was given all this Bang Dream stuff, so I was like really super excited about that. That one had the collector's edition Blu-ray set with it, with a live DVD or Blu-ray on it, so I'm super excited to listen to that. Besides that, nothing too much, a little bit more the same. But yeah, let's get into some of the news here. And first and foremost is a news that actually happened right after we finished recording. It was Yunezu Kenshi's new single, Flamingo. He dropped a new music video for that, and that was amazing. What did you think about that,
Oh,
Luna?
I loved it. I thought it would. I love the video because it was very Halloween themed and Michael Jackson esque, and the song was also really really good. It's like perfect release as it's coming out on Halloween, so it's perfect for that. I am looking forward to see how this does, and I think it'll do very very well. It's it's like perfect for the season. It's a great song.
Yeah. If you guys are able to watch the music video, which you can, just look it up. It's called Flamingo. It is super, super, super Michael Jackson inspired, Thriller inspired. He even has that red jacket on, yeah.
I really liked it. It's on YouTube right now. It's awesome.
But yeah, it's gonna drop on October 31st and probably will take number one for that week. Let's place a little wager there, Luna. How much copies do you think it's gonna sell?
Mm. Hmm. Um, 150. I'm gonna go at
150.
150.
I'm gonna go a tad lower and say 130. I'll pencil that in for now.
And we'll see how this goes.
So 130 for me and 150 for you. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's gonna sell 150, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a bit.
I
But
mean, who knows? It might be up against some. It's up against a lot of. There's a lot of other stuff coming out that week. LOL's newest album is also coming out, so it does have some competition.
there's some competition, and I'm pretty sure Gray there would be yelling at us right now, saying, "What are you talking about? Of course it's gonna sell." But yeah, besides that, moving on to some other news here. Poppin' Party announces their first new album. I am super excited about this. This is their first album, and I'm quite surprised because Rosalia actually released their first album much sooner than I thought they would have compared to Poppin' Party. And then I'm looking back and I'm like, oh wow, Poppin' Party didn't have a new album or a album at all. This is part of Bushiroad's multimedia project Bang Dream, which you guys know if you guys been listening to me for a little bit. I'm a huge fan of right now. The album is called Popping On, and it's the on is like a pun for ongaku because it's using the kanji for on. It'll be released on January 30th and will have 22 tracks total on a 2-disc set, with a limited edition set having a Blu-ray and a mini photo booklet. So if you guys are interested in that, please look out for it. They have 2 different covers for it, and it looks pretty unique too. So if you guys want to look at the covers for that, just go on our site. And next up is Team Sachihoko rebrands as Team Sachi. So one of the members from Team Sachihoko, Chiyuri Ito, announced that she would be graduating fairly soon, and they had their last graduation, or the last concert for her graduation this past week. Team Sachihoko was all 5 members. So we're gonna rebrand as a new team called Team Sachi, and they did it in Nagoya, which they're all from. So I'm quite happy that they're not forgetting their former member, but moving on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They also recorded a new song called Shin Fumi no Maku Aki Dreamer, which is really good. The music video is on our site if you guys want to check that out also. And it talks about them not forgetting their former member, so to speak. And Luna, I think you had one piece of news that you wanted to share.
Yes, so Ayaka is actually releasing a new album. It comes out November 14th. It is entitled 30 Years Old, and it's like 30 and then she has Y/O. It actually comes in 3 different editions, so you can get it with a CD only, CD plus 2 DVD, or CD plus Blu-ray. And I'm really excited about this because I love Ayaka. And those of you who don't know her, she's a Japanese pop singer. And she's been around since about '06. And her first single, I believe, sold 2 million copies digital download in like a week.
Ooh,
I know it was a huge hit, and I've followed her career for a long time, so I am extremely excited about this album. She has a very beautiful voice, and it's actually 2 CD plus Blu-ray and 2 CD plus DVD, so which is actually a pretty good deal on there coming from that. CD Japan does have it up for pre-order already, so I am extremely excited about this one. So, and the CD1 comes at 12 tracks, and then CD2 actually has 10 songs from our live tour that came out earlier this year on Blu-ray and DVD. So, and disc 3 has her music videos and a making of video for this album.
I'm fairly interested in that album.
So, I'm excited about it just because I love Ayaka, and I think she does really well with all her releases. So,
But yeah, with that, let's move on to our indie corner. This past week, it was a artist called Showmore. So this is a two-man pop unit formed back in 2015, and they're kind of unique because they mix neo jazz and hip hop together, and they pretty much turn both genres right on their head to make this very catchy beat with very mature themes behind their lyrics. Their vocalist Minami sings with all of her emotion, no matter what beat that Atsushi, who is the composer, gives to her. There's like a bunch of songs on iTunes and Spotify if you guys are interested. I would recommend Dry Ice for a more like slow and somber beat, but a more upbeat melody would be the song Circus, which is the music video on our site. Currently, they only have one physical single called Koi wa Shita and Circus, released this past year, along with several other digital singles that they released back in 2017 and 2018 of this year. You can check that all out on iTunes and Spotify. They have it all there. And they also released their first album, Overnight, back in May. You can also get Overnight on Apple Music if you guys want to check them out.
and I listen to them as well. And Circus is a really good song. As soon as you hear that piano playing, and then you start hearing all the instruments come in, I mean, it's very fun. It sounds like a jazzy pop song, and it's really, really good. And Minami's vocals are just absolutely gorgeous. So they fit super well with that song. I really want to hear a lot more from them. So
Yeah, so I can't wait for more stuff by them because they seem like a fairly good beat. And like if you guys check out the mature themes, like I said a little bit earlier, it's because they kind of are fairly somber in their music. If you check out the beats or the melody that Minami singing, like their site has one sign that says, we want to help out everyone, but everyone's just in their own despair. And I was like, oh my goodness, well, that's pretty dark there.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, moving on to something that we actually did this past week. If you guys were checking out our feed, we randomly did a anime opening, our favorite breakdown list there. Since I wasn't able to join on, what did you think about our list, Luna, for the most part?
So I actually really liked the list. I thought we did a good variety of songs, to be honest. In general, I mean, it's kind of like hard picking all of them, so I think we did our best doing it, although there are some I regretted cutting later on. But I was kind of surprised at some of yours, but some of yours I wasn't. So I did want to ask you though about there were a couple that I was not familiar with on your list, which was Shin Buddy Fight and Card Fight Vanguard.
Okay, so those were specifically they're from Bushiroad, which is the company that makes Bang Dream. Bushiroad's original like series was Card Fight Vanguard, and that's pretty much what made them on the map. And that's a trading card game on the vein of Yu-Gi-Oh and things like that. And Shin Buddy Fight is a another card game anime, and they just got a reboot, and it's called Shin Buddy Fight. So Pop and Party does the opening for that one, and Rosalia does the reboot opening for Cardfight Vanguard, because Cardfight Vanguard's been around for I want to say close to 6 7 years now, but they just rebooted it this past season because the power creep was really bad. So they're like, "Yep, we're gonna just reboot the entire card series, all new cards, brand new anime, bringing back all the old seiyus that did the anime for the series." But Bushiroad kind of tends to do that because they kind of don't let out any of their seiyus from their wheelhouse, so to speak. If you're hired by Bushiroad, for the most part, you're gonna be in a lot of Bushiroad related anime. A lot of that is pretty funny because one of the main people in Cardfight Vanguard, she is a seiyu that does Milky Holmes, which is a pretty big pop unit. And then from Milky Holmes, she went into Bang Dream as Glitter Green, which is one of the side bands. And it was pretty funny because Milky Holmes pretty much was like, yeah, we're not going to do Milky Holmes anymore because we're going to put everything on Glitter Green. And then Glitter Green, once that single was being announced, they were like, yeah, this is going to be our only, first and only single. So, like, pretty much everyone that was a fan of Milky Holmes is pretty mad. But, yeah, Bushiroad is a very multimedia conglomerate. So pretty much if you're in one anime, you're pretty much in any of their other animes.
Gotcha.
But what's funny is they also own New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Huh. That's
So
interesting.
so that's why if you guys do watch any of like the Bushiro related stuff, they do talk about wrestling every so often, and all the pro wrestling stuff. If it's in Japan, they have like Card Fight Vanguard or Buddy Fight or things like that. It's funny because their current champion is Kenny Omega, and he goes, yeah, pretty much the only thing that makes the company money is all this idol stuff. So he kind of just accepts it. But yeah, if you guys want to listen to that podcast, that episode for the podcast, I'm gonna put a little insert right here.
Moving on, I will take this one because
Okay.
it was on my list and I took it off my list to add the winner. So I will do this one. This is Ken. He was the one that added this, and this is a great song. This is a great song. It is from Naruto. It is Far and Beyond by Asian Kung Fu Generation. It is the second opening. So if you're not uber familiar with your song titles, it's the second opening of the series. And yeah, the song is awesome. This is the song
Mm-hmm.
that for me, like, the first song I ever heard by Asian Kung Fu Generation was Rewrite for Full Metal Alchemist. This was number two. This was the song that caused, like, I had almost no money, but in 2006 I imported the album that this song was on because I loved it so much. And it was just a six mini. It's just a six songs on the album, so it was a mini. I love the songs. You talk about guitar rip. You talk about just the chord progression and the way that the song flows. Like if Riri is one, this would be two. Like I love Asian Kung Fu Generation. This song. really helped contribute to my love for them. And in front of Naruto, the animation really sells the song in a lot of ways, especially when they do like the bridge for the guitar, and in the opening they have the characters standing in threes, and like the camera starts spinning around, and you get to see like a panoramic shot. That at the time was super hard to animate because computer animation just at that time just wasn't what it is today. So to see that was really cool, and to me, for me, whenever I'm re-listening to that song and it gets to that part, I still see the camera rotating around those characters in my head, and to me, that's just a mark of an amazing song. And I will say I was glad he put this song on here because it gave me a chance to talk about it. So
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I love it, and I know it by when I saw it. I'm like, "What's Far and Beyond?" So I typed it in, and then Haruka Kanata came up. I'm like, "Oh, never mind. I know what song this is."
yeah,
And I didn't really. I watched Naruto maybe up to the first 30 episodes, and I said, "I don't care anymore." But I loved this song, and actually, Naruto had some really, really good music.
yes, it
And
does.
this was definitely one of them, and this is just an amazing song. So I'm super glad he put this one on here as well.
Yeah, like if you're talking about shows with like original, like even like an orchestral soundtrack that I just swear by, it would be Naruto and Inuyasha. Like those two had, like, in my opinion, like some of the best orchestral music ever. Like Inuyasha edges it out for me, but Naruto's really really good
Hmm.
as a whole. Like a stellar series with a really good music.
I completely agree.
And hopefully you like that little insert right there. That's just a little sneak preview of our past episode for the anime episode. Hopefully you guys like that, and we're planning to do an ending theme song pretty soon. I want to say within the next month or two. So please look on the lookout for that. And this time I'm gonna try my best to join in because it was kind of hard for you guys to just to two-man it for that kind of big list.
It was, but I think we had a lot of fun. A lot of your choices. I think we were pretty familiar with for the most part. So
Oh, there is one thing I do need to ask you guys. Why don't you guys know Welcome to NHK?
I know it. I own it. I haven't watched it. It's still on my shelf.
It's so
I
good.
bought it a couple years ago, and it's one I saw for a really good price. I think I got seasons one and or part one and two. It's all 26 episodes. I think
Yeah.
I got it for like $20. FYE had buy one get one free, and I picked it up. I just haven't had a chance to watch it. I am backlogged on all my anime. I buy more than I can watch.
Was that the save version? The SEVE version?
No,
Oh.
I don't have the save version. I have the original two parts that they split it up in.
Oh, wow.
I'll have to take a photo of it, and I want to say I don't have the art box version, which comes with like the all 6 volumes. That's worth a crap ton of money, apparently. But I have the version after that when Funimation was doing their 2-part releases, and they released like episodes 1 through 12, and then the rest of it on another one. I was lucky enough to pick that up, and it's kind of like I want to say it's like a thin pack type of thing.
I see.
So I'll have to send you a photo of it. It has beautiful artwork to it too.
It's the animation's really good, so I really do like that anime a lot. It's probably one of my favorites. Granted, it's a very depressing anime, so just be aware of that.
Yeah, I just have to be in the mood to watch something depressing. Although I'm pretty sure what I'm watching now is, I don't know, it's it's not really depressing. It's just disturbing as hell. So, but I like that kind of stuff, and it's cool. It's October. It has to be disturbing. So.
But yeah, with that, let's move on to this week's Oricon. Speaking of anime, it's fairly anime centric from what it looks like here.
There's definitely anime like songs on here.
And let's start with number 10. And it is Trust in Eternity by Minase Inori.
So I've never heard of her until this. And I listened to it, and it's very, very anime-like. I have no idea if it goes to one, but she has that voice that
Oh, yeah.
kind of screams, oh my god, this is probably anime. I really did like the song though. I thought it was a really, really good song and it was really catchy.
Yeah, this song is really great. There's no bar none about it, but it's really, 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 really anime. So if you guys don't like that style of music that Japan produces, then I would kind of skip this. Minase Inori is a seiyuu in her own right, so that's another thing too.
Oh, I actually did not realize she was a seiyuu. That probably could be why it sounds so anime. But I really, really enjoyed it, and there's so many talented seiyus. So she's definitely one of them.
But yeah, that sold a lovely 12,286 copies. And going on up to number 9. It is Idol Masters Cinderella Girl Starlight Master 22. And this is sung by one of our favorite seiyus, which we'll get to in a moment here.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually pretty good. That I could calm down the beat just a bit, but the song was really good, surprisingly.
I agree. I actually really liked it, and I was super surprised when I heard it. I'm like, "Ooh, this is really, really good." I think the Seiyu's voices were amazing, and I do agree the beat was a little high energy, but it was definitely more toned down than a lot of the usual Idolmaster.
And it sold a lovely 13,379 copies. Ooh, wow. It only beat out number 8 by 300 copies, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And going on
Yeah.
up to number 8, it is Log Out by hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag.
hashtag, hashtag.
Yep.
They are a Nagoya based boy group, and this was pretty good. I
It
gotta say,
was.
I liked it.
I want to hear more from it, but all I could find was the commercial.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it. Unfortunately, we could only find the 30-second version of it. Don't have enough money to go out and buy it yet, just yet. But from what it
Mm-hmm.
sounds like, it sounds really good, and I'll definitely keep them on my radar for just for a bit. It sold a lovely 13,700 copies. And going on up to number 7, it is Youthful Beautiful by Uchida Maya. Oh baby, Uchida Maya is one of my favorite seiyus, and she was the seiyu that actually sung this past week's Idolmaster group, so she kind of doubled down on the whole I'm gonna be on the Oricon this week.
And this was a really good song. I loved this. I thought it was beautiful. Just like the title.
Oh yeah, and it's currently being used as the ending theme for SSSS Gridman, which I'm pretty sure is an anime she's in because she doesn't do songs for animes she's not in. Let me just look that up real fast. Um,
And it is streaming on Funimation, if I'm correct, because Funimation got the rights to it.
uh, and Crunchyroll, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Crunchyroll or Funimation, although their contract ended, so we'll see where that one ends up.
oh yeah, Gray is kind of freaking out right now because now that Funimation's contract ended with Crunchyroll, we don't know where My Hero's gonna be ending up.
It could be with Sony. We'll
Yeah.
see. There's a lot of shows that are that are going to be up in the air with that. Who knows?
Oh,
But this was a really good song. I really liked it, and I heard the show that this is for is decent. I'll have to check it out.
ironically, she's not in this anime.
Really?
So that's usually a first because she really does only anime that the songs for animes that she's in. Yeah, it's a really good song. I would highly recommend it. I bought it. This is my number 2 song of the week. And it sold a lovely 15,129 copies. And going on up to number 6, it's someone who is a fairly good pillar in the music industry, and it's Takeuchi
Maria Takeuchi Maria.
yes, with Chisai Onegai and Ima no Ikite Yo Seize the Day. And I really like the song. I really like this singer. She's done a lot of songs that I actually really like.
And I wanted to listen to it, but I could only find like a trailer for the movie that it's for, and I was really disappointed because her vocals sounded beautiful, and I also like some of her previous works as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is being used for a lot of things. It's being used for a movie. it's being used. The B-side song is being used for Androma. Yeah, I really do like it. If you guys do have the chance, go pick it up because she is a wonderful artist. Maria Takeuchi is such a good artist. I would highly, highly recommend that you get it. And this one sold a lovely 16,431 copies. And going on up, it is number 5 with Indian Dreamer. I believe that's what we decided
I think it sounds like it's Indian. It sounds like Indian Dreamer.
I believe that's what we decided to call this.
In the ten. I know it's Dorima.
Yeah.
Dorima.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just leave it as Indian Dreamer for now. And by Miyawake-kun. And this one is really weird because he is a YouTuber and Twitter more famous person in his own right. And he got really famous by doing covers of songs. This is his first real song, I guess. So it's really interesting there.
And I want to say this is my number one song for the week. I absolutely love the song so much. It is amazing. Like, it caught me from the first part of that. As soon as that music video came on, I'm like, I love this song. So I really want to check out some of his other works now.
Yeah, like, his covers are really good. So I definitely recommend that you just go on his YouTube and kind of pimp that out for a bit.
I already started doing that after I watched this. I started watching more of his videos afterward.
And it's being used for ending theme for, I guess, a drama, it looks like. It sold a wonderful 17,155 copies. And going on up to number 4, it is Memorial by King and Prince. We talked so much about this last week. Can't really give much more. Really do still love the song very, very much.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And we're very happy that they're still on here because we get to talk about them just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But this week it sold a lovely 23,604 copies. And going on up, it is the new Korean flavor of the week, Rains, with their song Niji, or Rainbow.
So it was a good song. It was good, but I feel like it's also your typical kind of Korean song that makes the charts.
Yeah. And it's funny, so we're talking about, there was that Produce 48 show, like, I think they're still going on with it, I'm not too sure, I haven't been keeping up with watching that all too well. But they're a group that was originally from Produce 101. I thought that was fairly interesting. But yeah, this is your run-of-the-mill random Korean song turned into a Japanese song.
I mean, yeah, it was good. I just feel like it's your generic Korean song. I mean, they have really good vocals.
Oh yeah,
but I can't really say too much more, as I feel like, it's a song I've similarly heard in the past.
But yeah, this week it sold a wonderful 24,920 copies. And going on up to number 2, it is Equal Love with Want You, Want You. I don't know what to say more about this. Equal Love is a fairly high energetic group, but
so there were certain aspects of the song I liked, but it really depended on which member was singing. Because I liked some of the chorus, but I didn't like the verses. So but it was a very high energy song. When I first started listening to it, like, I hated the first part of the song, but as it got more into it, I'm like, okay, I do like the chorus, but it is super high energy, and I feel like I also have to be in the mood for something like that.
yeah, I mean, you don't want to listen to this thing first thing in the morning when you're waking up, I'll tell you that much, but yeah, I felt fairly similar. There was aspects of the songs that I did like, there was parts that I did like, but there were other parts that I was just like, I'm not in the mood for this, so to speak.
Yep, I completely agree with you. That's how I felt about that. I was going back and forth as I was listening to the song. I couldn't decide if I liked it or I didn't.
And, Equal Love is a fairly high energetic group in general, and that's why the fans really like them. I kind of want to see what they do with just a slower melodied song, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it sold a wonderful 58 copies. And let's just say this much: everything in the top 10 combined did not even scratch the surface of what number one sold.
Yep.
But we kind of know why, because this is a very special, very, very special album or single. And it is Bokudate Naichao by NMB48. This is a really good song, honestly. I actually
I
really, really like this song.
I did too. I really liked it as well. I thought it was really, really good.
And it's sad because, this is Yamamoto Sayaka's last album with the NMB. But, she's not stepping away from the music industry. She's just, wants to create her own path, which is fine because, she's been doing the solo stuff for a while now. And they put a lot of one of her solo songs on this single. So if you guys do have a chance, go and get it. But this is a very emotional single. The music video is really good because it brought on, as we reported earlier, all the current members of NMB48 for this music video. So it's really good in that regard because this is pretty much her swan song to say goodbye.
And you can see that in the music video too, especially at the end of it.
Yeah. But yeah, it sold very well. I'm peeking over at the albums just a little bit, and it it blew everything out from the album side also. So, and it sold a very, very bombastic 238,269 copies. What a
Wow.
way to say goodbye to her 48 career. But yeah, if you want to, let's go peek over to the albums real fast and kind of just look at that real fast. Let's see here. There's the Starlight Review, which I'm a huge fan of, which is another Bushiroad stuff. And Mr. Children took number
Mr.
one.
Children.
I'm not really surprised. It stayed at number one, so last week it sold fairly well. I want to say, if it's Mr. Children, close to 80,000. I want to say 80 to 100,000, because they've been in the music industry for a while now.
And Twice is still on there too.
Yeah.
Either they came back or they're still on there, which I'm kind of surprised.
Well, maybe they just wanted something different because of Reigns' very phoned in attempt, so to speak. But with the NMB stuff, I forgot to mention this, but AKB also dropped their music video for their newest single, and I think it's called what was it?
No Way Man.
No Way Man. It was like a rejection looking song. It's called No Way Man.
So the song is good.
The song's alright. It's a song that let's just be frank. It's a song that I actually liked in a long while since I got back into them, so to speak. But the music videos, oh
A
boy,
mess.
it's a hot
can't
mess.
watch the.
Yeah,
It's a hot mess.
it's
Let's
a
just
hot
put it
mess.
that way.
It's a hot mess. I can't watch it either. There's so much things that are going on, and I can't. It's brain capacity overload there. I can't even.
I agree with you on that. I just couldn't watch it, and I had to go do something else while I was listening to the song. And listening to it, it's actually decent, but it's the video that makes you want to cringe.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, because they're doing a bunch of dancing, and it's fairly dance centric. And don't get me wrong, the dancing stuff can be good, but unfortunately, the girls that they used for this senbatsu is no knack on them, but it isn't good for this dancing style. I guess they really try to be like Kiyakizaka, but Kiyakizaka is a much better unit for this compared to AKB at this point now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sad because at one point AKB was the pillar for this kind of things, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, man. But yeah, with that, this week is a fairly short episode. I want to say we kind of capped everything off within 45 minutes or so. If you want to listen to more stuff by us, go check out the anime episode definitely, because it's stuff that we want to do on the side, more projects that we are planning out. Eventually, I want to do a drama one and a movie one too, and I think that'd be a little bit more exciting.
That would be fun because I can think of some great movie themes that I absolutely love, and same with dramas as well.
Oh, there was one thing that I totally forgot to put. So, when we were doing our anime opening stuff, I didn't know if movies were off limits. That's why I kind of tested the field with the Evangelion song.
I mean, technically, no. I don't know. I didn't think of that either.
Because if not, then
Actually.
we should have put Zen Zen Zen, the Kimi no Namai song.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that because that's a really good song.
That's a really good song. It's a really great song, but yeah, I guess because you guys weren't talking about the movies all too much.
Yeah, and I didn't think of that, and I guess I kind of forgot Death and Rebirth is kind of a movie in a way for Evangelion, but but it's more related to a TV show, so I guess that's why I considered it counting maybe. Because while as Kimi no Na wa is just a solid movie, it's not related to any franchise.
Yeah.
Or else we could have included such as like some from Tonari no Totoro or Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Ones that are strictly movies versus, at least that was more of a spin-off of a TV show. So I could see doing a separate for live action movies and one for anime movies, because there's a lot of good just anime movies that have no relation to a TV show that have great music to it.
Oh yeah. But
So
that's if you guys do want to hear something like that, please let us know, because then it gives us the urge to, think of these kind of things and to put more thought into one of these kind of lists, because eventually we're going to make an article for this and our top 5 instead of 10, and we're going to be ranking those. So please stay tuned for that, for our listing on that on the site. But yeah, you can follow the podcast on Ongaku to You on Twitter and Instagram, where we put up all the things that we're listening to. Mostly you, Luna, though. I have to get on that because I've been meaning to put the Ink album on the Instagram, just to kind of
Instagram. I kind of fell off of that for a couple days, but I started watching some Japanese concerts last night when I couldn't sleep. So you guys can look forward to that. One of them might be a very obscure one I'm going to put up.
But
very obscure.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ongakutoyu. You can follow the site at ongakutoyu.com, where you can check out all our Indie Corner stuff. Go right ahead and do that if you guys do like that. That's probably one of our popular things, so I'm pretty sure you guys do like that. But also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's OTYKN1. It's mostly me just complaining about Bang Dream and games in general. And if you want to hear me talk about games, you can listen to me on Podosaurus, which is a podcast headed by our 2 affiliates, Koryu Hunter and Timbertav. If you guys want to know more about our affiliates, Koryu Hunter is a Japanese Twitch streamer, and he's streaming all the lovely horror games right now. He's being known as that now, which is pretty funny because originally he was like, oh, I'm going to do Pokemon and things like that, but now it's just straight up horror.
But horror games are awesome to watch.
Yeah, so he's eagerly anticipating the Resident Evil 2 remake coming out in January, so look forward to that.
That'll be exciting.
And then our other affiliate, Timber Taff, he is a Twitch streamer in his own right. He's currently streaming Dark Souls. I believe he's just about finishing up, not Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild, which is the new Zelda game. Well, old now, it's a year and a half old. And Octopath Traveler, he's going through that right now. And he's also a singer in his own right, doing lovely things. Like he did a cover of Devil Man Crybaby. I believe that's what that anime is called.
Mm-hmm.
He did a cover of the opening for that in English. So check that out on his YouTube channel. And if you guys want to check them out on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/KyoryuHunter, KyoryuHunter, and twitch.tv/Timbertaft, Timbertaft. And you can also follow us on Twitch if you guys want to. I've been dropping the ball so hard on that. It is twitch.tv/ongakutu, ONGAKUYOU, So same as the show. So if you guys want to watch me freak out at Yakuza 0 or Yakuza in general, then go right ahead. But yeah, if you guys want to let us know how we're doing, contact us at ongakutu@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show. I want to say thank you very much for joining us this episode of Ongaku to You. I'm your host, Ken, signing off and have a great day. Mahalos.
This is Luna, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Look forward to next week. This is Luna signing off.